Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Travel Diary. I'm your host Sharjeel, and today we're going somewhere you've probably already seen 100 times on Instagram, on calendars, on hotel posters, but maybe never really felt slowly.
And I'm Abdullah. If you've ever seen that picture of a lake with bright red roofs, green water, and an old airplane sitting like it just casually parked for tea, yeah, that's where we're going.
Shangrila Lake, Lower Kachura, just outside Skardu. Very famous, very photogenic, and honestly, I'll admit it right away. I went there with mixed feelings.
Yeah, because you kept saying in the car, almost like a broken record, it's gonna be too touristy, it'll be all hotels and wedding shoots, where's the real nature, Yar?
Guilty. We had just come from those wild, wide valleys around Skardu, where the road feels like it's only yours in the mountains. So on the drive from Skardu to Shangrila, I was half excited, half skeptical. I mean, resort lakes can be beautiful, but they can also feel like standing in a photo studio.
But that drive itself is gentle. You leave Skardu town, the noise slowly fades, the road winds a little, and then suddenly you get that first glimpse from above, the famous red roofs peeking out through the trees, like someone scattered red toys around a green bowl.
Exactly. From up there, Shangrila looks unreal. The lake like a mirror, the roofs glowing, little boats lined up like they're waiting for a school trip. And in that moment, my attitude shifted from, too commercial, to, okay, let's give this place a fair, calm hour.
And that's really the mindset we want you to have if you go. This is not a hidden wild lake. It's a developed resort. It will have people, it will have hotels, it will have selfie sticks. The magic here is learning how to move through all of that gently instead of fighting it.
All right, so we're rolling down the last few turns. We reach the entrance. Let's talk arrival without drama. Parking first. Usually you'll find a designated area outside or near the resort gate. Don't try to be clever and squeeze into every empty corner. Just follow the flow and park where staff directs you.
And have a little patience there. Weekends, holidays, summer evenings, it can be busy. But remember, this is not a 3-day trek. You're planning a simple 1-hour visit. So even if finding a spot takes 5 extra minutes, breathe. That's still part of your travel day, not a waste.
Then there's the entry. Depending on the season and management, there's usually a ticket or resort access fee. Keep small cash ready. It makes everything smoother. And when you're at the gate, do a quick time and energy check in your mind. How much daylight do we have? Who's in our group? How tired are we actually?
We did that, remember? We literally looked at each other and said, 1 gentle hour. No rushing, no trying to see every angle. Because that's where most people burn out. They try to collect 10 different versions of the same view, instead of just enjoying one slow loop.
Yes, so your plan, before even stepping in, 1 loop, 1 quiet corner, 1 simple snack, and done. That's it. You're not conquering Shangri-La, you're just visiting for a calm hour.
Okay, now we step through the gate and onto the main path. The first thing that hits you is the color. Red roofs everywhere, trees leaning over the water, and that airplane, this old fuselage turned into a restaurant, sitting right near the edge like a movie prop.
And the sounds, boats gently tapping against the jetty, kids begging for a ride, elders chatting in soft Balti or Urdu, waiters clinking cups somewhere behind you. It's not silent, but it's not chaotic either. It's like a picnic day that decided to be slightly elegant.
A lot of people get confused at this point, though. They see the lake, the buildings, the paths, and they're not sure where they're actually allowed to walk. That's where we slow down and look around properly.
Usually, there's an obvious main path hugging the lake. That's your friend. Stick to that. If there are smaller side paths leading straight into rooms, lawns with lounge chairs, or places where guests are sitting with their luggage, that's probably semi-private. If you're thinking, is this okay? That's your clue to stay on the main track.
And if you're unsure, just ask a staff member with a smile. Bye, can we walk this way, or should we stick to the main path? That one sentence can save you from awkward stares, and it shows respect.
So now let's design that gentle loop. Picture starting near the entrance and following the lake edge, keeping the water always on one side.
You'll pass boat jetties, the view of the airplane, and multiple classic photo angles. The idea is to make one full circle or even a half circle and back without zigzagging into guest zones.
And before you get too far, agree on a pace. If you're with elders, kids, or just exhausted from the Skardu roads, say it clearly. We're not power walking, we're strolling. If someone wants to stop for a picture, we all pause. It sounds simple, but it prevents that annoying situation where half the group is running ahead and half is trailing with heavy bags.
We had that moment, remember? You wanted to run off to the airplane, and I was like, no, stay with the itinerary of doing nothing.
Yes, and your itinerary of doing nothing actually worked, because Shangrila has two faces. First, you hit the classic photo spot. You know the one. Red roofs, perfectly lined up, the airplane in the frame, mountains stacked at the back, and about 50 people trying to take the same shot from the same rock.
And that's fine. Take your turn. That's an important part of the experience. But here's the trick. Spend only a few minutes there. Take, say, 3 thoughtful photos instead of 30. Then step aside so the next family can enjoy their moment too.
Exactly. No one wants one person blocking the entire view for 10 minutes doing full fashion poses, while everyone else stands there quietly judging and overheating.
Now, once you've done the busy spot, this is where Shangri-La softens. Keep walking, just 50 or 100 meters more, and you'll usually find a quieter corner. Maybe a wooden railing, maybe a lonely bench under a tree, maybe just a stretch where fewer people stop.
Our quiet corner was this simple bench facing the water. No perfect symmetry, no dramatic framing, just green water, reflections of red roofs, and occasional ripples from a slow boat.
We sat down and for once didn't talk much. That almost never happens with us.
Miracle of Shangrila.
Yeah, apparently the only way to quiet us is a good lake. So if you're listening right now, imagine doing the same. You've walked past the crowds, you've found your corner, and for the next 3 or 4 minutes, you're just sitting.
Boats are sliding across the water, making gentle V-shapes behind them. Somewhere behind you, a kid laughs because someone slipped a little on the grass. A waiter walks past carrying a tray that smells faintly of chai and paratha.
You look at the red roofs reflecting on the surface. They wobble a little with each ripple, like the lake is breathing. A dragonfly hovers for a second, then darts away. You don't need to capture this in your phone. You're already inside the picture.
If you want, you can quietly ask yourself a small question. When I think back to this 1 hour at Shangri-La, what do I want to remember? Not what will look best online, what will actually feel good in your memory.
Maybe it's your parents resting on a bench together. Maybe it's your kids arguing over which boat is the coolest. Maybe it's just this exact color of green water that you've never seen anywhere else.
Hold that thought for a moment. Then, when you're ready, stand up slowly and let's talk about the practical side. Because eventually, someone in the group will say the magic word. Chai?
Always. So practical comforts. Shangri-La, being a resort, will usually have cafés or restaurants around the lake. Before you just sit anywhere, do a quick scan. Menus, price boards, how crowded it is. Don't expect dhaba-level prices. This is a popular spot. But you can usually find a simple chai or snack that doesn't break the budget.
We went for the classic, chai and something small to nibble. Pro tip, if a place looks very busy and you're already a bit tired, it might be worth walking a few steps further around the lake to a calmer cafe, even if the view is slightly less iconic. Calm atmosphere beats the perfect angle.
And remember, when you're moving through staffed areas, restaurants, hotel lobbies, small gardens, keep your voice low, your steps light, and your camera respectful. No one wants a stranger's loud commentary in the background of their quiet family moment.
On the practical side for families, ask at the entrance or reception about washrooms and prayer spaces so you don't end up searching at the last minute. Usually resorts like this have both, but knowing where they are makes the hour more relaxed.
By the time chai is done, you'll feel that gentle travel question arrive. Do we stay a bit longer, or do we leave while it still feels good? My vote, most of the time, is to leave on a high note. Don't wait until everyone is drained and irritable.
We finished our loop, took one last quiet look at the reflections, and then slowly walked back towards the gate. On the way out, you'll probably pass small souvenir stands or hotel shops. If something genuinely speaks to you, a postcard, a small local craft, go for a tiny meaningful item instead of random clutter.
And it's completely okay to skip souvenirs too. Your real takeaway from Shangri-La can just be that memory of one soft hour by the lake, moving gently through a busy place, without rushing, without complaining, just sharing it with everyone else who came for the same view.
So if you're planning Skardu and thinking, should I go to Shangri-La or skip it because it's too touristy, our answer is go. But go with honest expectations. It's a resort lake, not untouched wilderness. Within that reality, you can still find your own quiet corner.
To make it easier for you, we've put together a small, gentle resort lake checklist for Shangri-La, a simple 1-hour route, reminders for respectful photo etiquette, and a tiny reflection prompt you can use while you're sitting by the water.
You can grab that on our website. Just visit the Travel Dairy page for this episode and download it for free. Keep it on your phone, and when you reach the gate at Shangri-La, you'll know exactly how to turn those famous red roofs into one calm, real memory.
All right, from me, Sharjeel, and from Abdullah, that's it for today's travel diary entry from the northern areas of Pakistan. May your next lake, even a busy one, give you at least one quiet corner.
Take care, travel kindly, and we'll catch you in the next story.